Welcome to The Joyful Alchemist, the podcast where transformation meets inspiration. My name is Lynn Falconer, your guide on this journey of turning life's ordinary moments into extraordinary magic. Here we dive into personal growth, spiritual insights, and practical tools to help you unlock joy, purpose, and abundance. Whether you're seeking clarity, courage, or connection, this is your space to explore, evolve, and embrace the alchemy of joyful living. Let's ignite transformation, one powerful conversation at a time. January 18. Jacob's final years in Egypt. Jacob spent the last 17 years of his life in Egypt, reaching the age of 147. Knowing his time was near, he called for his son Joseph. "If you value the grace I have found with you," Jacob began, his voice weary but firm, "please make me a solemn promise. Do not bury me here in Egypt. Carry me back to rest with my fathers." Joseph nodded solemnly. "I will do as you say," he promised. "Swear it to me," Jacob insisted. When Joseph gave his oath, Jacob bowed his head, leaning on the top of his staff, his spirit quieted. Jacob's blessing of Joseph's sons. When Jacob's health worsened, Joseph brought his sons Manasseh and Ephraim to see their grandfather. The old man, summoning his remaining strength, sat up in bed. "God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in Canaan," Jacob began, his voice reverent, "and blessed me, saying he would make me fruitful and give this land to my descendants forever." He looked at Joseph. "Your sons, born to you in Egypt, are now mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be like Reuben and Simeon to me. Any children born to you after them will inherit under their names." Jacob's dim eyes turned toward the boys. "Who are these?" "They are my sons, given to me by God here," Joseph replied. Jacob motioned, "Bring them closer so I may bless them." Although his sight was failing, Jacob embraced and kissed them. "I never thought I would see your face again, Joseph," he said, "and now God has let me see your children too." Joseph positioned Manasseh under Jacob's right hand and Ephraim under his left, but Jacob crossed his hands, placing his right on Ephraim, the younger, and his left on Manasseh. "May the God who has guided me all my life and the angel who delivered me from harm bless these boys," Jacob prayed. "May my name and the names of Abraham and Isaac live on through them, and may they grow into a great multitude." Joseph protested, "Father, Manasseh is the firstborn. Place your right hand on his head." But Jacob refused. "I know, my son, Manasseh will also become great, but his younger brother will surpass him." He blessed them, saying, "May Israel bless by you, saying, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh." Jacob's prophecies for his sons. As the end drew near, Jacob summoned all his sons. "Gather around so I may tell you what will happen in days to come." He addressed each son in turn, starting with Reuben. "You are my firstborn, the strength of my youth. Yet your instability is your downfall, for you defiled your father's bed." Simeon and Levi came next. "Your anger is fierce, your wrath cruel. You will be scattered among Israel." To Judah he said, "Your brothers will praise you. You are a lion, and the scepter will never depart from your lineage until Shiloh comes and the nations obey him." He described the destinies of each son: Zebulun, dwelling by the sea; Issachar, becoming a laborer; Dan as a judge; Gad, overcoming trials; Asher, producing royal delicacies; Naphtali, speaking with grace; and Joseph, flourishing despite opposition. "Joseph," he said, "you are a fruitful vine. God has blessed you with strength and abundance. Your blessings surpass those of the hills everlasting." Finally he spoke of Benjamin, a ravenous wolf, dividing the spoil morning and night. Jacob concluded by charging them to bury him in the cave of Machpelah, where Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebekah, and Leah were laid to rest. Joseph's forgiveness. After returning to Egypt, Joseph's brothers feared retaliation for their past wrongs. They sent a message to Joseph, claiming their father had asked for their forgiveness. When they appeared before him, bowing, Joseph reassured them, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? What you intended for harm, God used for good to save many lives. I will provide for you and your families." Joseph's kindness calmed their fears. The death of Joseph. Joseph lived to see 3 generations of Ephraim's descendants and the children of Machir, son of Manasseh. Before his death at 110, Joseph spoke to his brothers, "God will surely come to your aid and lead you out of this land, to the one he promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When that time comes, carry my bones with you." After his passing, Joseph was embalmed and placed in a coffin in Egypt, awaiting the fulfillment of his final wish. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Joyful Alchemist, where transformation and joy collide. If today's episode inspired you, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of magic. Keep shining, keep growing, and remember, you have the power to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Until next time, stay joyful and keep alchemizing your dreams into reality.